for inviting me to this early access event for the game code for the Life and Death expansion pack. We are continuing on with episode 2 of our Live in the Moment mini-series, and we are here with Russell Trammel. He is just about to go in here and take care of little Darian, who is needing his diaper changed. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the episode. So Russell is just going to go ahead and take care, this is Reese. Reese is just going to go ahead and take care of little Darian here. He's going to go ahead and give him a bit of a diaper change. The parents are currently off to work, and as we know, our grandparents are currently retired, so they stay at home with the little one while the parents go off to work. As we know, we have Kai, who is working as an undertaker, and I do believe that Kira is a social worker, so she's currently off at work doing that. And this is Kai's first official shift as an undertaker, so hopefully we'll see how he does with that. But we are just going to go ahead and let Reese take care of Darian here. He's going to give him a bit of a diaper change, and then maybe we'll go ahead and get him to work with trying some new foods in the high chair with Darian and see how they get on with that, because as we know, he is able to sit up now on his own, and so he'll be able to sit up in the high chair and try some high chair foods. So we'll go ahead and start practicing that a little bit. So I think that will be good for him. So we're gonna go ahead and just take care of some of his little needs here. He is green. He's got a little bit of a cloud following him, so we're just going to change this dirty nappy here. Currently right now, Amelia is in there. She's just taking a little bit of a nap because she is, it's really early in the morning, and so she's still in there asleep. And Reese was just, he wasn't tired, so he was like, well, I'll go ahead and get up and I'll take care of Darian. It'll be perfectly fine. I can just be on baby duty while Amelia is getting her rest. And so he's just doing his grandpa duties, and he is loving every minute of it. He's feeling really focused, and he absolutely loves spending time bonding with his grandson, which is great to see. I love to see the dynamic of the grandparents focusing on their grandchild, and we are loving the bonding that's going on in this family. I do think it's going to be really sad when we finally see them go, but I can't wait to see kind of what happens with that and how that is going to play out, considering I have no idea how the funerals go, and so we're going to get to kind of play around with all of that when that comes to pass in this story. So that's going to be pretty interesting to kind of see. Obviously, it's going to be really sad because this family is a really close-knit family, being that they all live together here. But I do think that it will be nice to kind of delve into the different aspects of the gameplay and what this new expansion pack offers in terms of the funerals and in terms of what you can do with everyone once they kind of pass away, and what the options are after a person does, pass on after they have, died here. So we'll get to kind of play with that a little bit. So he's just going to go ahead and feed Darian a little bit of papaya here. We're going to see if he likes that. But it looks like Kai has a pop-up here for grave mistakes. He's come across a grave that is really dirty. It's got a crack in it. He just wants to know what he needs to do. Should he get a new one? Should he clean it as best as he can, or should he research it? We're just going to have him go ahead and clean up this grave as best as he can and see if he can hopefully get a performance gain from that. It looks like he did get a small performance gain from cleaning up that gravestone as best as he could, which is great. But he did get a little bit of an eerie feeling from that gravestone, and he's wondering maybe what the inscription on it kind of means. So he is definitely coming across things in his career that he was not expecting to come across, and I think that Kai is probably wondering what it all means, and I'm sure he is, coming across things that he never really thought he would come across as a undertaker, but he is going to be learning new things with his new job. It is very different from his mixology career. He is currently feeling hostile, Kai is, so I'm sure when he comes home he's going to be in a pretty bad mood, But as we know, he is a bit of a hostile sim, so he does tend to go into those angry moods pretty frequently. So there's that. I am just going to go ahead and get Reese to get Darian out of this high chair here, and then maybe they can go ahead and start working on a little bit of his skills. Maybe we can do a little bit of tummy time. I would like for Darian to kind of learn how to crawl a little bit. He is going to be having a birthday in this episode because he will be aging up into an infant. I do have this on the short lifespan, so he is going to be aging up pretty quickly, and time is just going to be flying by here. So we will be seeing him age up again in this episode, and we'll be seeing what he looks like as a toddler. So we love that for him. But we are going to hopefully be able to teach him how to crawl, and so he'll be able to crawl around. And I'm just working on having the family members, teach him as many of the milestones as they can so that he is learning some skills while he is an infant. He's obviously tried some of his baby food. He, wasn't really sure about the papaya. He was kind of unsure about that. He didn't really know if he liked that very much, but at least we are trying new things and we are learning new skills. It does look like Darian is feeling a little bit tired, so after we do a little bit of tummy time, we may go ahead and get him into bed and just let him have a little bit of a nap. It isn't really late in the day, but he is still a little one, and so he does need his rest. So we'll do a little bit of tummy time with him, and then we'll go ahead and let him go and take a little bit of a nap. And then we'll just let Reese and Amelia take care of themselves and just tend to the house here a little bit. Maybe they will be able to do some things around the neighborhood. Oh no, it looks like they are going to have some visitors come over. So maybe we'll let the visitors come on into the house. It looks like there is a welcoming committee that's come by. So maybe we'll let those people come on in and we'll just visit with the welcoming committee. And we will get to know some of the committee members here in the neighborhood, and he'll get to know them, and Amelia can get to know them. And that will be good for them to kind of get to know some of the people in the neighborhood. And so obviously this family is new to this neighborhood, so getting to know some people in the area would probably be beneficial to them. So I will probably go ahead and get Reese to just go down and invite them in while Amelia goes ahead and gets Darian off to bed here. So let's go ahead and get her to put Darian in his crib. And it looks like we're getting a phone call. It says, "Hello from the other side. You don't know me, so this will sound weird, but you're going to inherit from me. You might why you might ask? Let's just say it's better for both of us if you don't ask questions." All right, so we're going to get some money. We'll just say free money. Yes, please. I mean, we might as well, right? It also is telling us that we need to set up our inheritance on like the computer, or we can have a lawyer help us set that up. So I guess we need to set up a will. So we, at some point, maybe will do that as well. So I maybe will get Amelia and Reese to at some point set up a will, so that will be all set up in the event of their demise, because as we know, they're not going to live forever. So maybe in the next episode, we'll get them to set up their will and they'll have that ready to go. This episode is purely going to be focused on really Darian here and trying to get him aged up into his infant self. And obviously we are going to be getting to know the community members here. So we are just going to, okay, the community members are ghosts, all ghosts. I don't really know how our family is going to react to being surrounded by ghosts. I wonder if they're going to take that well, or if it's going to be kind of shocking to have a bunch of ghosts in the house. I mean, right now, Reese seems to be pretty confident. He is giving them introductions, and he doesn't really seem all that, bothered by it. He's learning some facts about Ravenwood, which is nice, but I think that obviously, it would be a shock to him that everyone that is surrounding him right now and everyone that's in the house is already passed on, and they're spirits, and they're telling him facts about Ravenwood, and the facts are that the ghosts kind of have, powers and can obviously do things and, aren't as weak as they used to be, and they can alter reality a little bit. So I think that Reese would be like, oh, well, that's pretty shocking. You know, I didn't realize that ghosts had that kind of power and that kind of potential. And I think that Reese would probably take that a little bit shocking. I mean, obviously that would be good news for them because, you know, they realize that they're getting on up in the years, and they would think to themselves, well, I guess, you know, when we pass on to the great beyond, we're going to have a little bit of a foothold that we can maybe make some change. But at the same time, I think it's all still a little bit unknown. Like, they don't really know what to expect, and you know, they are just taking these ghosts at their word. So I think they're just a little bit in shock here. So Reese is going to go in here. He's going to check on little Darian because Darian is upset and crying. I'm just going to go ahead and have Amelia make a little bit of a snack. She's going to make some peanut butter cookies, and she's going to go ahead and boil the kettle so that they can have some cocoa or some coffee or some things like that, so they can have a little bit of a snack here. Just a little bit of a tea. And then they can all kind of sit down and gather and have a little bit of a chat together over some tea and cookies, which will be great. And they can get to know these community members a little bit better. As you can see, Reese is going to go ahead and get himself a little bit of coffee, which is wonderful. And we will just go ahead and allow them to sit down and have a little bit more conversation with these community members. They are just trying to build up some relationships with them. Amelia is feeling really, really inspired right now, being in the kitchen and cooking and being domestic. She is loving the fact that she's retired and she's at home and she's spending time with her husband and her grandchild. And she's really enjoying the fact that she's, you know, off work now and she's able to just spend her time with her family. She really feels like that was a long time coming, and she put in her dues, and now she's able to just really be here and be domestic and spend the last years of her life with the people that she holds the most dear to her. So she's feeling really inspired about this. You know, I kind of thought that she was going to take it negatively being around all these ghosts, but she's really handling it with a lot of grace, and I think that is wonderful. She is having some nice, funny interactions with some of these ghosts while she makes these cookies, and she is just seeming to be really, really happy right now. I am going to go ahead, I think, and get Reese to go on into the office. I'm going to have him work on maybe writing another book. It has been a little while since he's done any writing, so I am going to have him go on in there and get some writing done, because as we know, even though he is retired, he does still like to, get in there and put his creative juices to work, and so he does like to write books in his off time so that he can, make sure that his mind stays sharp. So he's going to get in there and he's going to get to writing while she continues to socialize with these community members and have a cup of cocoa here with them. So she'll just sit down and socialize a little bit and find out some more things about Ravenwood and about the ghost and how they're doing and how their life is now that they've passed on. She wants to know everything about what that kind of entails. How is life after death and what should we expect? And she's trying to find out all of these details because she realizes that is going to be happening sooner probably rather than later. And so she is just hoping that they'll have some kind of insight for her. Obviously, she's not trying to be morbid or anything like that, but it just is reality. So she's going to go ahead and get a little bit of laundry going and continue having some conversation with them. Hopefully, once that is finished, she can maybe get a little bit of cross-stitching done. She does like to cross-stitch, and so I do think she'll want to get some of her hobbies in, and I don't know that they will be staying for much longer, this committee, because there's not really a whole lot they can talk about. But I do think that we will probably be seeing Kai come home shortly, and so when he comes home from work, he'll probably want to meet the community members as well and just say hello, because obviously this is his house as well, and so he's going to want to get to know some of the people in the community also. So we'll have him come on in the house and greet some of them. And I mean, he's feeling really, really angry from his hostile trait. Obviously, I think he had a pretty good day at work. I mean, he did get a bit of a performance gain. So I think, overall his first day as an undertaker went well, but he's just a hostile sim. So he's quick to anger So he is currently feeling angry. Now, he has come in and met this community member. He has an instant attraction to her. I don't know. He kind of, has that happen quite frequently when he meets people. He gets an instant attraction to them. So he's clearly attracted to several people in the community. But got an instant attraction to her. He's going to go ahead and chat with her a little bit. And they're going to have a little bit of a conversation. I don't necessarily know how nice Kai is going to be, considering he is feeling angry. He's feeling a bit hostile. But I am going to have them chat for a little bit, and then he can go ahead and work on switching over the laundry, and then I'm just going to get him to get a bite to eat there. Amelia is just working on a little bit of cross-stitching up here. And when she is done with that, we'll probably go ahead and let her just tend to some of her needs, and that will be fantastic. I am going to go ahead, I think, and end this gathering a little bit early. That way they're not necessarily hanging around when Kira gets home. I think Kira is going to want, when she gets home, to just be able to spend time with her husband and her child, and she's not going to want the house being full of a whole bunch of people. I think that she's just going to want, the family to be here, and it will have been a long day at work for her, and she's just going to want her family around, and she'll want to come home. She'll want to spend time with them. She'll want to obviously probably get herself a bite to eat, but I don't think she's going to want the house full of a bunch of ghosts. So we will go ahead and we will send them on to wherever they need to go. I am going to go ahead and have Kai just take himself a little bit of a thoughtful shower, see if we can maybe calm him down a little bit. And, my hope is that he will get out of his angry mood so that he can maybe spend a little bit of time with Darian and get his fun up a little bit, because he is really in a bad way. Currently, Darian, though, is still in bed asleep, so we'll just go ahead and get Kai to have a shower and then grab himself a bite to eat. And then by that point in time, there's a good possibility that we'll be able to have Darian wake up, and then Kai can spend a little bit of time with his son, because I do think that he would want to spend a little bit of time with Darian. He hasn't been able to see him all day since he has been out at work. I do think also when Kira gets home, she's going to want to bake Darian a cake, because it is going to be his birthday tomorrow, and so she's going to want to get that all ready and prepared for him. That way we have everything ready for him so that he can blow out his candles and become a big boy, because we want to celebrate his toddler birthday and make sure that we are able to age him up. And she's going to want to make sure that he, has that party where we can blow out his candles. And being that she likes to cook and she is pretty domestic, she's going to want to make sure that she has all of that settled and squared away for him. So I do think when she comes home, that'll be one of the things that she's going to want to do for him. So I am going to just go ahead and get Kai to come in here and grab up Darian. We are going to just have them spend a little bit of quality time together. He's just going to talk to him, and I think they're going to maybe practice standing a little bit. We're going to work on a little bit of their milestones together, father and son. But he is really, really happy to see him. He's currently feeling pretty playful now that he has Darian in his arms, and it has gotten him out of his bad mood, which I absolutely love. I love that Darian was able to lift his spirits and get him in a better mood. And, just seeing his son has put a smile on his face, which is fantastic, because honestly, he was really in a bad way when he got home from work. But then he showered and he came in here and he saw his son, and his whole outlook just brightened. So he's spending some much needed quality time with him. And then we're going to have Kira come on into the house. I am just going to let her go ahead and grab herself a bite to eat. And then she'll probably want to see her son as well. And then we'll have her, once she's done seeing them, we will have her come in and maybe bake a cake. So she's just going to see how their day was, and she's going to check in on her family, because obviously, they are really important to her. She hasn't seen them all day either, and so she wants to make sure they're doing well. So she's just checking in on Kai and Darian, seeing how Kai's first day as an undertaker was, and obviously she wants to see how Darian did without them, because it was his first day too, with his grandparents watching him for the day. So, you know, she's just making sure everyone is doing good. So I am going to get Kai to just work on practicing some standing with Darian here a little bit while she goes ahead and cleans up her dishes. And then we'll probably have her go ahead and work with Kai a little bit. And then we'll have them bring him inside. And then I'll probably go ahead and get Kira to work on baking that cake. The Grim Reaper is calling Kai. And it looks like he is actually offering him a job in the reaping business. So clearly he has caught the eye of the Grim Reaper while he was doing his Undertaker skills, and he is getting a promotion to the Grim Reaper job. We're going to go ahead and accept that. So he has gotten a new job opportunity that he has accepted. So he has taken on a new job. He is now going to be a Grim Reaper. So he is really ecstatic over the fact that he has this new job opportunity. He, you know, obviously thought that being an Undertaker was what he wanted to do, but clearly him doing that has made an impression, and now he has gotten a new job offer, which he has accepted. So we're going to be seeing him go into the Grim Reaper career and see how that turns out for Kai. And Kira is just going to spend a little bit of time with Darian now, while Kai goes in to get a little bit of fun. She's going to practice a little bit of standing with him, and then we'll have her go ahead and go on inside and make that cake. Are you going to take Darian in, though? I think maybe you should take him in. She's like, well, I don't know. I don't know if I'll do that or not. Why don't you do maybe a little bit of tummy time with him or something? See if we can get them to do a little bit of tummy time. Maybe he can learn how to crawl. He's like, not tummy time again. Poor little Darian. I just want you to learn how to crawl before you have to age up to a toddler, that's all. And just like that, I think he has learned how to creep. Yeah, he learned how to creep. Okay, that's wonderful. Oh, and he learned how to crawl. Okay, great. So Darian has learned how to crawl. He's crawling all around the front yard. He's so bloody cute. I am going to go ahead and get Amelia to come out and bring him inside, though, because I don't necessarily want him crawling all over the neighborhood here. So I'm going to have her bring him in, and I'm going to get Kira to go ahead and start making that cake for him for his birthday. It is getting really late, so everyone's probably going to be turning in for the night soon. And then in the morning, we will go ahead and we'll get Darian to blow out his candles for his birthday, and we will be celebrating him aging up and turning into a toddler, which is going to be great. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to let everyone take care of their needs. They're going to grab themselves a bite to eat if they need to grab themselves a bite to eat. Kira is going to go ahead and make this cake for him. I'm just going to have her make a hamburger cake. I think that is sufficient for him, considering he is a little boy. And we are going to put away the leftovers here. So she's just going to whip up this cake. I do believe that Kai is upstairs playing video games, trying to get his fun up. So we are hoping that that is going to work out for him. He is once again feeling really angry. So, I mean, his mood is just kind of all over the place. He was in a really good mood because he got that job offer, and then he got angry again. Oh, and now he's inspired. I mean, he's just like, his moods are fluctuating all over the place. That cake is done, so we are going to go ahead and we're going to get her to put some candles on this cake. That way it is ready for when we need to blow out the candles tomorrow. And we are going to have everyone go ahead and get themselves some food before they have to turn themselves in for the night. So everyone's going to grab a bite to eat, go to the bathroom, take care of the needs that they need to take care of. We'll put the laundry away and just deal with some of the things that we need to deal with here in the house. And then everyone will go ahead and turn in for the night and get themselves some shut-eye. And once they get some sleep for the evening, in the morning when we get up, it'll be time for us to go ahead and celebrate Darian aging up into a toddler. I do think that everyone's going to be really excited to see him aging up. I know that time seems to be really flying by, but look at these two hug. They're just so in love. She's like, I have missed you so much today while I was at work, but I'm so glad to see you. I am so happy that you enjoyed your first day of work. And then I just heard that you got your promotion. And he's like, yeah, I did. I got promoted to a Grim Reaper. And she's like, that's fantastic. I'm so proud of you, Kai. He's like, I think I'm really going to like it. And she's like, I really hope you do. I really, really hope you do. I really think this move has been a great thing for us. The parents are just like, whatever, children, take it to the bedroom. So Kira's going to go ahead and head on into bed. She's going to go ahead and get herself some shut-eye for the evening. Her parents are getting themselves something to eat, and then they are going to take care of the rest of their needs, and then they will be heading off to bed. And as you can see, I just have Kai, who is getting himself cleaned up before bed, and then he'll be heading off into bed. We already have Darian in there, and he is getting himself some shut-eye. So everyone is going to be heading off into bed soon, which is fantastic. It looks like Amelia is going to repair the dryer that has busted up. Once she's done repairing the dryer, we'll go ahead and get everyone off into bed, and I will see you in the morning. Okay, so Kai is up. He has woken up in a really foul mood. He's just going to go ahead and grab himself a bite to eat, and then he's going to boil the kettle so that it is ready for when everybody gets up and is wanting some coffee or tea or cocoa. And we will go ahead and make sure that's ready for everyone. He's woken up pretty early this morning, so, I mean, obviously, I don't know what his deal is. His mood swings are, I can't keep up. But once everyone gets up in the morning, we are going to go ahead and celebrate Darian's birthday. I do think that Kira is going to be waking up soon, and I think that once they wake up, her and Kai may want to spend a little bit of quality time together before Darian wakes up. It has been a little bit of time since they have been romantic with one another. So I do think that Kira may approach him and just be like, honey, it's been a little while since we've had any quality time together. Do you think that maybe you and I could go in there and have some quality time together? And I think that he would likely oblige her about that. It has been a significant amount of time since they have been intimate with one another. Obviously, Amelia and Reese are constantly intimate with one another. Even though that's probably not healthy for them, being that they're elders and they constantly are getting dangerously tired afterwards. And we have to watch out that it doesn't kill them. But I think Kira would want to spend some quality time with her husband. I think that, she's really in need of a good woohoo. So we're going to have them go ahead and spend some quality time together before anyone else in the house wakes up. So we'll send them on down. We'll let them spend a little bit of time together as a couple. And obviously they, could use the bonding time. So they are going to go ahead and have a woohoo. It does look like they did use protection. So they are trying to safeguard themselves against having another little one right now. They are not in, trying to have another little baby right now. So there's that. But once we get little Darian up, we will go ahead and I'll have Kira bring him in here and we will have him blow out the candles. For now, she's just going ahead and kind of picking up around the house and making sure everything's tidy. And we are just going to continue with her making sure everything is good. She's going to go ahead and probably get herself a bit of a shower. She needs to shave her legs. So we'll have her go ahead and take care of some of her needs while we're waiting on him to get up. It does look like he slept through the night. So he is constantly meeting milestones, which we absolutely love. So he probably will be waking up shortly here. And once he gets up, we are going to go ahead and take him in there and get him to blow out those candles. Kai's just going ahead and taking care of Darian here and saying good morning to him, and it looks like Kira is doing a little bit more tummy time with him. I'm not really sure why he's learned everything he needs to learn on his tummy, but it is what it is. Once she's done with the tummy time, I am going to go ahead and get her to take him over there, and they're going to go ahead and blow out the candles. and we will go ahead and get him aged up here. That way we can celebrate his birthday. I was going to have her go ahead and do a little bit of high chair foods with him, but it would seem that he is crawling away. So he's like, I'm not in the mood for that. So because he's not really in the mood to eat, we'll just have her take him over there and blow out the candles, and we'll go ahead and just get him aged up, which will be great. And we'll see him age up into a toddler. So she's going to walk him on over here, and happy birthday, little Darian. Darian has aged up. He is going to be a quick learner. All right, and we are just going to go ahead and we're going to hop into cast with him and see what he's going to look like as a toddler. So this is Darian as a toddler. This is what he looks like. He is super cute. And this is his little outfit. I think he's precious. He's so adorable. But let's go ahead and jump back into the game. All right, so we have fixed his room up and got him a toddler bed. As you can see, Mom is just going to go ahead and give him a little bit of some love. She's going to give him a little bit of a hug here. Obviously, she is so proud of him for aging up to a toddler, and she just, you know, loves being a mother, loves being, you know, with him, and all of the things that she is learning as, you know, being a mom. She just is thrilled about it. But they have a supportive family dynamic, which is great. I'm also going to get Kai to come on down here and play with him a little bit, and maybe that will help Kai get out of his angry mood, because Kai is meant to get angry. I know, shocker. But I am going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when the next episode goes live. And I will see you guys in our next episode of Live in the Moment. And we will probably be seeing in our next episode, they're going to have a strict family dynamic. We're going to see in our next episode our elderly couple probably creating their wills, and we're going to be seeing Kai most likely going through the Grim Reaper career and seeing what that's all about. So I look forward to seeing that with you in our next episode. And until next time, I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.